and welcome back. Right, I'm back out in Shropshire doing my A to Z walks. So this is episode 3. Sorry it's taken so long to get out and carry on. So we're on the letter C, and today I've just stood outside the church at Colmere. So we're going to do a walk from here, about 13 miles, starting from Colmere, and we're going to go all round. We'll go past the Meres and through Ellesmere and back to here. A bit of a disclaimer, this one will take me into Wales. I do apologise. I know there's people out there who get offended when I cross over the border, either even into another county or this time into another country, so I do apologise in advance. It's only briefly into Wales, but it just shows how close we are in Shropshire, in various places, to the border with Wales. So let's have a bit of an explore here. So this is St John the Evangelist Church at Colmere. It was built in 1870 by G.E. Street for Marion, Viscountess Alford, in memory of her son, the 2nd Earl Brownlow, who died in 1867. It's situated at one end of the lovely wooded mere that is Colmere. The church's location remains an important part of its mission to visitors and residents alike. The church was designed by G.E. Street, one of the great architects of his age. He also restored York Minster and Salisbury Cathedral. The foundation stone was laid on the 3rd of June 1869, and local stone brought from Cefn by canal to Lineal Wharf was used in its construction. Today the church stands out as the simple yet beautiful crown in the jewel that is Colmere. One of Shropshire's most beautiful meres, Colmere is almost completely surrounded by mature woodland and has 2 very attractive hay meadows. The site attracts a variety of wildfowl and waders, including snipe, curlew, goldeneye and pochard. Numerous species of insects are attracted to the site, including the brown hawker dragonfly and common blue damselfly. Because of Colmere's wildlife interest, the site has several important designations. Local Nature Reserve, Site of Special Scientific Interest and Ramsar Site. Many of these designations are due to the rare marginal wetland plants that grow around the edges of the mere. This is the only site in England where the rare least water lily is found. Grazing in late summer is the best way of managing the flower-rich meadows. A variety of rare breed cattle are used for grazing. The first element of the name Colmere might be an Anglo-Saxon name, or be from col, Old English for coal, and hence a description meaning black. Inland lakes surrounded by trees often do look black. You can make out those buttercups in that field there, they're lovely. So apparently buttercups are a sign of well-drained soil. And I've seen quite a few so far this year. So I've just arrived in Lineal, that's how I've always pronounced it. hope that is out correctly. So I couldn't find much information, but the name Lyne Eel may mean a secluded place in the lime wood. Oh shit. So I just had to walk through another field with cows in, from over that direction all the way through here. They did start moving, but then they stopped. I didn't see the calf, but no, they were alright, thank God. Right, let's go. Just turned off the road there at a place called Northwood, I think. I always worry because my thing says to come on this track, but there's no public footpath sign. It also doesn't say it's a private road. So following this along here, it's normally when you get to the other end it says private, no public right of way or something. But we'll see. Well, I'm still on this, what looks like a service road, and I can see houses in the distance, so I'll probably get as far as there. I won't have to go any further. I don't know if you can hear skylarks. We'll see if someone comes out with a shotgun at one of these houses and tells me to bugger off. I don't know if you can see, but there's a kestrel there, hovering and swooping now. Go on, Gaz! Gaz! Go on, Gaz! Go here, Gaz! Oh, you bastard. So I followed that like service track, and now we're on another track. I feel a bit better because I saw a bridleway sign further back. So I'll tell you what, it's a bit chilly today. Unless they're right down the bottom, I can't see them. So let's hope they're not in here, eh? So I'm still walking through this lovely big field where it says there was a bull and cows, and I haven't come across them, but I can hear mooing over to my left, but I think I can see the gate ahead where I'm going through. So if there's any the other side of that, I don't know what I'm going to do. Right, I've just come out of the gate and I can see the cows over there. And my Garmin is saying I go straight along this wooded path along here, straight ahead. And there is a stream and a fence between me and the cows at the moment. So, fingers crossed. Look at these bottles. There's an upturned tree. There's all bottles. Loads of them. I don't think they're very old, but maybe so. Someone's put a load here. And that one looks interesting because it doesn't have a screw top. So I think I might take this one. These frisky buggers just run right up. I'm glad I'm not walking through there. I'm on the road, so there's a little calf in there somewhere. Yeah, I think they would be a bit too frisky for my liking, wouldn't you? I don't know what breed they are. Can you see the calf? In the reeds, you just see the yellow tags. Hello! Yeah, I'm glad I'm not walking through them. Some big girls, and yeah. Hey? Can be all being brave because there's the calf in there. Right, I'll leave you ladies to it. So I think I've just walked through the village of Bettisfield. There wasn't really much to film, to be honest, unless there's some more coming up here. But I think I'm now in Wales, so Croeso I Cymru. I think that's right. So I think this is Bettisfield as well. There's a chapel there. So Bettisfield lies south of the Llangollen Canal on the border with Shropshire, within the historic English Mailer region, which was formerly part of the historic county of Flintshire. The village lies close to Fens, Wixell and Bettisfield Mosses, an area of peat bog which was declared a National Nature Reserve in 1996 because of its importance for wildlife. The English market towns of Whitchurch, Ellesmere and Wem each lie about 6 miles distant to the north east, west and south east respectively. There we go, so we're going up and over the Shropshire Union Canal. And we're going to go down the other side. So I'm now walking alongside the Shropshire Union Canal, the Llangollen branch. The Shropshire Union Canal, nicknamed the Shroppie, is a navigable canal in England. The Llangollen and Montgomery canals are the modern names of branches of the Shropshire Union system and lie partially in Wales. The canal lies in the countries of Staffordshire, Shropshire and Cheshire in the northwest English Midlands. It links the canal system of the West Midlands at Wolverhampton with the River Mersey and Manchester Ship Canal at Ellesmere Port, Cheshire, 66 miles distant. The Shropshire Union Main Line runs south east from Ellesmere Port on the River Mersey to the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal at Ortherley Junction in Wolverhampton. The Shropshire Union Main Line was the last trunk narrow canal route to be built in England. It was not completed until 1835 and was the last major civil engineering accomplishment of Thomas Telford. The name Shropshire Union comes from the amalgamation of the various component companies: Ellesmere Canal, Birmingham and Liverpool Junction Canal, Montgomeryshire Canal, that came together to form the Shropshire Union Railways and Canal Company. The main line between Nantwich and Ortherley Junction was almost built as a railway, although eventually it was decided to construct it as a waterway. The Wirral line of the canal starts from Ellesmere Port on the River Mersey, traversing the Wirral Peninsula to Chester. This stretch, which was completed in 1797, was originally part of the unfinished Ellesmere Canal. The industrial waterway was intended to connect the port of Liverpool on the River Mersey to the River Severn at Shrewsbury via the North East Wales coalfields. However, only 8 years after the completion of the contour canal between Netherpool and Chester, the proposed project became uneconomical. The planned 16-mile main line from Chester to Trevor Basin near Wrexham was never constructed. Instead, the northern Wirral section was joined to the pre-existing Chester Canal, eventually becoming part of the network Shropshire Union. Although the Ellesmere Canal was not completed as intended, the central section of the Ellesmere Canal was built. These sections now form part of the waterways, Llangollen Canal and Montgomery Canal. Both are actually branches of the Shropshire Union Main Line, though in modern times they are considered to be separate canals. I love this house. Every time I come past it, I love it. I'd love to know what it used to be. Whether it's always been a house or it's lovely. Oh, this looks fun, doesn't it? I think I better pull my sleeves down. St Michael and All Angels Church was built in the 1860s for Francis Mainwaring and Salisbury Kynaston Mainwaring in memory of Charles Kynaston Mainwaring of Otley. The architect was George Gilbert Scott. There was originally a medieval church which was replaced in 1788 by a church for Mary Kynaston of Otley. This was replaced by Scott's Church. In the churchyard is buried an African prince, Jeremiah Libopua Mosheshu, who lived 1839 to 1863. He was the son of Mosheshu I of Lesotho. The history of this link with Lesotho, at that time known as Basutoland, began when the vicar of Welshampton, Thomas Buckley Owen, was offered a post in Lesotho. Mosheshu I sent two of his junior sons to study at an Anglican school in Zonnebloem. One of them, Jeremiah Libopua, came to England to train as a priest. He visited Welshampton when the new church was consecrated in 1863. During the visit he caught a fever and died. In 2010 the Queen of Lesotho visited the church, where she attended a service and paid respects to the grave of Prince Jeremiah Libopua. The village war memorial within the churchyard was erected in 1920 and paid for mainly by the Reverend Henry Moody, the vicar of the parish for 45 years. His son, Charles Angelo Moody, was killed whilst flying over Belgium in 1917, and the memorial was erected in his memory and that of 16 villagers who perished serving in World War I. Moody lost his other twin son Henry in a flying accident in 1931, and a record of it is engraved on the front of the memorial. The Reverend Henry Moody died in 1932. The names of 3 men who died during World War II and 1 during the Korean War are also engraved on the memorial. In 2010, the war memorial underwent a complete restoration and cleaning following a campaign to raise funds, spearheaded by Neville Metcalfe, a former resident of the village. His uncle, Francis John Bailey, whose name is engraved on the memorial, served with the 10th Battalion King Shropshire Light Infantry, but died on the 5th of May 1918. A grant from the Ellesmere Local Joint Committee of £500 helped Mr Metcalfe achieve his aim. The Sun Inn at Welshampton was completely refurbished in 2012 by Circa builders of Whitchurch after 4 years of closure. The pub was radically changed inside and out, but has reserved its traditional charm with cosy snugs and 2 roaring fires. Welshampton is a small village located on the A495 road near to the town of Ellesmere. It is adjacent to the villages of Lyneal and Colmere, which comprise part of the so-called North Shropshire Lake District, all of which is within walking distance of Welshampton. For a small village, a surprising number of lanes converge here. In all likelihood, it was more important in the past than it is today. The original village was known as Hampton and had been in the barony of Lestrange from Knockin since the 14th century. It came into the estates of the Earls of Derby through the marriage of Elizabeth Stanley, the daughter of Sir Thomas Stanley and Joan Goosell, and Thomas Strange in the early 15th century. The original site of Hampton was a high and flat hill overlooking a lowland area known as Braden Heath. The oldest known reference with the Welsh prefix is 1587, which mentions 2 members of local families, the Kynastons and Hanmers. On the 11th of June 1897, there was a serious railway accident at Welshampton in which 11 people were killed following a derailment. The line has since been taken up. Oh, right. So I've come from that way. Going up this way now. And on a fairly flattish walk, I think this is going to be the hilliest bit from what I can remember. I normally go the other way, so I'm normally coming down this way. Yeah, it's a lovely day. I don't know if you can see the trig point over there, the top of the hill. I'm not going up there, I'm knackered. So I'm carrying on straight along here, which I think eventually is going to bring me back onto the canal and round the meres to Ellesmere. I'm envious of these with their shorn fleeces at the moment. It's a bit warm. Yeah. So I can see Ellesmere Church in the distance. I hope you can. Look at these beasties. Hey, it's a Highland coo with a view. Well, seeing as I forgot to do my brew with a view, here's a coo with a view. It'll have to do. I don't think I would have minded walking through these. They are quite docile, but I still want a chance to ill their bullocks, so they might have been a bit frisky. You don't want to walk through frisky bullocks, I tell you. Oh, a lovely field. Oh, entering the shade of the woods. Be nice. Nice break. So we're just going by the side of our first mere. I'll have to look which one it is. And I'll give you a bit of history about the meres here. So we're looking over the mere. At 46 hectares, it's the largest of Shropshire's meres. The mere and its immediate setting demonstrate a rich diversity of natural and cultural heritage. So keep getting glimpses of the mere as we're walking round the edge of it through these woods. An artificial island in the mere was constructed in 1812 from soil dug out during the making of the gardens at Ellesmere House. This was later named Moscow Island, as Napoleon was forced to retreat from Moscow that year. The thick glacial sands, gravels and boulder clays of the Cheshire Basin extend southward into North Shropshire, where they produce a flat or gently undulating landscape. In and around Ellesmere, this landscape is interspersed with hummocks and lakes formed in front of receding glaciers. The meres and mosses, including those surrounding Ellesmere, were formed by the retreat of glaciers during the last ice age some 12,000 years ago. This is part of the wider meres and mosses area. The meres that were formed are known as kettle holes and resulted from large blocks of ice from the glacier creating deep holes in the glacial moraine. Some old meres have silted up and become peat bog marshes, now largely drained and used as pasture land. Other meres were drained deliberately by landowners from the 16th century onwards. The landscape and archaeology features and the history of the park's evolution are key to understanding its significance nationally and regionally. The mere was enclosed as part of the development of the Bridgewater estate at Ellesmere House from 1854, when the area now known as Cremorne Gardens became the pleasure grounds to the Bridgewater family, inventors of the British Inland Navigation System. Its subsequent owners, the Brownlow family, transferred the mere and the grounds around it by deed of gift for the benefit of the public in 1953. There was a tannery located on the edge of the mere in what is now known as Cremorne Gardens. According to local legend, the lake was formed when an old woman refused to give water to a neighbour whose well had run dry. The spirit in the old woman's well caused the waters to rise up and drown her. Back down onto the canal off that very busy road coming out of Ellesmere. And go back onto the towpath. I'm stood beside Blakemere. Blakemere was referred to years ago as Black Mere due to its peaty water colour. It was formed in the Ice Ages along with most of the other Shropshire meres and is abundant in natural life. Oh, I definitely think this stretch that goes past Blakemere, stretch of canal, is definitely one of the more the prettiest around here. I'm starting to feel it now, starting to ache. So I think we've got about just over a mile to get back to Colmere, and got another beautiful stretch up ahead of us. So I think finally say goodbye to the canal at this bridge. This has been a long stretch of canal. It might just be that I'm tired, but yeah, we're coming off at this bridge and we'll be heading back to Colmere. Oh my goodness. There's my lottery house. Very nice. There you go, so that's probably one of the most photographed cottages around Ellesmere. So we're now going back into the woods, and I think we'll be walking alongside Colmere. Well, that's the end of an enjoyable walk. It's been tough, I'm a bit out of practice. Yeah, I ache now. So I'll be glad to get home. Right, I'll see you on the next A to Z walk, which will be D. And you can leave your guesses in the comments below. See you soon.